So, the Owl House. Disney really fucked it up with that shortening. What we got was still incredible, but if evil capitalism hadn't been evil capitalism, we could have had so much more. But I guess we'll just have to settle for hypotheticals. And that's what today is about, since I'll be making a pitch for an Owl House miniseries set between seasons 2 and 3. Tales from the Human Realm. So a few basics. I'll be giving ideas for 9 episodes that have a runtime of about 5 to 10 minutes each. Also, if you didn't see my last pitching video, I'm establishing my own canon with these pitching videos. This video is when that's really gonna start. And with that out of the way, let's begin! We open on the night of King's Tide. It's still raining, and we see shots through the Noceda household. Everyone is asleep. Everyone that is, except Luz. She lies awake, feeling a massive wave of guilt consume her. There's only one thing she can think to do. She gets out of bed, and she walks out of her room, trying not to disturb Amity, Willow, and V. After taking an umbrella, she walks outside into Gravesfield. In the morning, everyone is panicked and scared since Luz hasn't come home. Everyone, that is, except Camila. She knows exactly where she is. Earlier that month, Luz missed something, seeing her dad on the anniversary of his death. We cut to Luz sitting at Manny's grave. She begins to vent about all the events, not just of the last 24 hours, but of her entire time on the Isles, especially with what happened when she and Lilith met Philip in the past. Camila walks up to her and simply sits down and hugs her, letting her know that everything will turn out okay in the end. Part of the show getting cut was cutting what we saw between V and Hunter, so let's bring that back here. I think it should be kind of similar to this comic by Mooring Mark. Hunter feels so much guilt for what happened. Even if he wasn't directly involved with what happened to the basilisks, he still helped the evil creature that did it. V would feel upset by Hunter making her feel weak by constantly trying to help her with everything. By this point, V knew most about what Hunter's situation was like with Belos. Well, apart from the obvious fact of him being a Grimwalker. V is still a bit uncomfortable around Hunter, but the two of them learn to support each other through the trauma caused by Belos, and begin developing what would eventually become a very strong relationship. Alright, let's get gay. This episode will see Luz preparing to come out as bisexual to her mum. We would see her planning out how she would come out, which we all know how that ends. Amity and Gus would also help her with making the video we see her use to come out, and thanks to them. But as every queer person knows, this wouldn't be all super happy and positive. Luz knows that her mum loves her, and she knows that she would accept her as bi. But that doesn't mean she has no anxiety about coming out. We end with an extended version of that scene from Thanks to Them. We see Camila thank Luz for trusting her enough to come out to her. After what happened in yesterday's lie, she felt like she had failed as a mother. So this was a great reminder from Luz that no, she didn't fail as a mother. And from this point on, she will begin to become a mother figure to Amity. Now, this miniseries may be called Tales from the Human Realm, but I want to spend some time with those characters left behind. This episode basically begins the same as For the Future, except with some stuff cut, like King's goodbye to Luz or the stuff with Ida and Rain. Basically just the stuff on the Collector and King. The plot would essentially be what happened right after that opening scene. How King was able to convince the Collector to restore Lilith, her making a new elixir for Ida, and how Odalia got into that position with the Collector.
I'm gonna take you out when this is all over, Amity, I promise. No monsters, no mysteries, no deadly duels. It's going to be the most mundane slice of life date ever. And it'll be awesome.
Alright, so let's do that. Lumity's first date. And it's the most mundane slice of life date ever. They just go and get milkshakes together or something. Just a more light-hearted story so we can actually see Luz smile in this series. Alright, so Gus Porter. He's a really great character who I feel was really underutilized, so I'm giving him a two-parter. This first part will be focused on Gus exploring everything and anything human. Not even things we would consider that exciting, like going to a theme park or exploring Earth's natural beauty. No, I'm talking about things like Camila taking him to get groceries, or going to a Burger Queen. Things we as Earth people just think nothing of. But for someone like Gus, who has spent his whole life obsessing over our world, it would be mind-blowing. And he seriously needs something to lift his spirits, especially after what he saw in Belish's mind during King's Tide. But as the episode goes on, Willow starts to notice that something is wrong. She can tell that Gus is trying to hide his true feelings, and as his friend, she wants to help him. In this episode, Gus would finally get to vent all his emotions surrounding the horrible things he saw that day. I think it's important that Willow is the one he talks to. Louise, V, and especially Hunter have way too much trauma linked to Bellows, and he doesn't want to make them feel even worse. And between Camila and Willow, I want to go with Willow because I just absolutely adore the friendship these two have. Now, Gus wouldn't tell Willow everything. For example, he obviously wouldn't tell her about Hunter being a Grimwalker. But come on, just let the dude vent for a while, he really needs it. Now another episode set back in the Demon Realm. This one about the Collector and his relationship with King. The King would tell the Collector stories about Luz, and the Collector would tell King stories about other baby Titans he would play with. We would see the more vulnerable side of the Collector, and how King would comfort him. We would also see them playing the Owl House like we did in For the Future. And during this, we'll be introduced to something about the Collector that will continue to pop out through the rest of my hypothetical series. While playing, someone like Terra or someone else who wasn't turned into a puppet starts getting all angry and yelling at the Collector. So he just presses the mute button on Disney Plus to shut them up. Yes, I'm giving the Collector 4 full powers. You can't stop me. I will do this. Let me have this! To end this series, I'd have an episode about Amity and Camila. Camila knows all about Alador and Odalia and how they treat Amity. She notices Amity's drawing of Alador and later questions her about it. Amity talks to her about how, while she genuinely wants a healthy relationship with her dad, she still hasn't forgiven him for how he's treated her whole life, even if it seems he wants to do better. Camila doesn't try to force anything on her, but offers her a place to stay with her, Luz, and V once everything gets sorted out. And what comes of this offer? Well, you'll just have to wait for my season 4 pitch. So there you have it, my pitch for Tales from the Human Realm, an Owl House series. Now, I don't know how to end this, so I'm just going to tell you to follow me on my social media, which are all in the description. Like and subscribe to make me smile, and I'll see you later. Peace, fuckers.